In 1914, 28 men sailed toward Antarctica with one impossible goal: to be the first to cross the frozen continent on foot. Their ship was named, almost prophetically, the Endurance. None of them knew that the ship would never reach land, and that surviving would become the only goal that mattered. Their leader was Sir Ernest Shackleton. In December 1914, the Endurance sailed into the Weddell Sea, and within weeks, the pack ice closed around them like a trap. The ship was frozen solid, unable to move. They were stranded, hundreds of miles from any human being, as the brutal Antarctic winter set in. For months, they waited, hoping the ice would release them. It never did. After 9 months trapped in the ice, the pressure became unbearable, and the Endurance was slowly crushed and sank beneath the frozen sea on November 21st, 1915. Now the 28 men had no ship, no way to call for help. No one in the world even knew where they were. They were utterly alone on a drifting sheet of ice, with the temperature far below freezing. But Shackleton made one decision that changed everything. He decided that his only mission was no longer crossing Antarctica. It was simpler and harder to bring every single one of his men home alive. They camped on the drifting ice for months, eating seal and penguin, watching the floe slowly carry them toward open water. When the ice finally broke up, they launched 3 small lifeboats and sailed for 7 desperate days to a barren, uninhabited rock called Elephant Island. For the first time in over a year, they stood on solid ground, but Elephant Island was empty. No ships ever passed it. To survive, someone had to go for help. So Shackleton did the unthinkable. With 5 men, he set out in a tiny lifeboat across 800 miles of the most violent ocean on Earth, sailing through hurricane winds and freezing waves for 16 days. Against all odds, they reached South Georgia Island, but they landed on the wrong side. So Shackleton and 2 others climbed for 36 hours straight across uncharted, glacier-covered mountains that no one had ever crossed, and finally stumbled into a whaling station, half dead, but alive. And then he went back. He would not rest until he returned for the men he'd left on Elephant Island. It took 4 attempts against the ice, but Shackleton rescued every last man. Here is the part that still stuns historians. After nearly 2 years stranded at the bottom of the world, through crushing ice, starvation, and impossible seas, not a single member of the expedition died. All 28 men came home. Shackleton failed at what he set out to do. He never crossed Antarctica, but he achieved something far greater. He proved that leadership isn't about reaching the goal you planned. It's about refusing to leave anyone behind. So when your own plan falls apart and the ice closes in, remember the Endurance. Sometimes the greatest victory isn't the journey you intended. It's getting everyone home. For more true stories that stay with you, follow and subscribe.